Welcome to this video tutorial. Today we are focusing on a 10-mark beliefs in society, outline and explain. By the end of this tutorial you should have seen a well-structured answer that will help you get into the top band. Now this video is a part of the 40-day challenge. Now if you do not know what that is, this is done by the Sociology Guy. On his website he is posting a 10-marker every day, and he started on the 12th of April and he will continue up until the first exam, and the aim is that you will spend 15 minutes every day answering a 10 marker, and the day after you will find a model answer on his website. The link is below and this video goes through one of those questions. So as always, thank you for choosing this video. If you like it, click like. If you want to see more, subscribe, and if you've got something to say, drop me a comment. So today we are focusing on how to structure your answer to score well on an outline and explain 10 mark. Remember, you've only got 15 minutes to do it. You need to have 2 balanced paragraphs. It will always ask you for reasons, ways, problems, strengths, weaknesses of a particular idea, view, theory or method. Make sure that you're reading the question carefully. The question requires you to make link between 2 parts of the specification, and they will only appear on theory and methods, papers 1 and 3, and your topics, paper 2. Just a quick glance at a basic or a generic mark scheme, so exactly you can see what you need to do. So focusing on the top band, you need to have good knowledge shown through the concepts, the keywords which are relevant, and any specialist terms may be explained to show that you understand what they are. Making sure that you have got 2 applications of material, so use the link back to the question, and lastly appropriate analysis. So here's the question that we want to explore. So we'll start off by highlighting the trigger words to identify the 2 parts of the question, and this is what we will label as part A and part B, and these are parts from the specification that you've got to show application or links between. It's also useful to annotate or write round your question, the initial ideas as well, and spend a couple of minutes doing this. This will allow you to organise your thoughts, but also decide on the 2 reasons that you know most about, just to maximise your mark. So what will the structure of the answer look like? Well, once again, I'm drawing upon an example so we can identify the 2 parts of the question, show the application and any AO3. So let's check out this model answer here in answer to that question on that 40-day challenge. And as you can see, we have got a very chunky first paragraph, and what I have done is highlighted different parts of the answer to show different skills that are being demonstrated. So the first part, we have got that identification of that first reason, and we have stated what that reason is, which is that women are attracted to some religious organisations such as New Age movements because of the qualities that they are posting. Okay. So qualities which are attractive to women is nature or natural experiences, individual and raising self-worth, which values appeal to women more than men. And then the next part is where we're starting to explain that answer, and I've put that in green because we're starting to develop what further values that we can attach to this. So we've added on Parsons and the expressive and the instrumental role, just to explain why these religious organisations are attractive to the qualities that women often have. Now we've got the link back to the question. So this is now where we're stating about why certain religious organisations are appealing. So we've identified the New Age movements and what qualities do they have, and why do they link to the qualities that women have and what women actually want. So we've got here religious organisations such as the New Age movements celebrate the natural and healing and focus of individual spirituality, which give the women the sense of worth, which is making them more attractive. And what we've done there is we've used the wording from the question, which really focuses your answer, and it shows that you are answering the question set. So these are more attractive to women because these are giving the woman a higher status that they would never achieve through the expressive role alone, which is often a lower role compared to the men's instrumental role. And it's giving value to that role. So instead of acting out the traditional roles, they focus on the importance of being authentic within those roles. And then we've got a little final piece of analysis right at the bottom. This will explain why cultic movements such as the holistic milieu in Kendal, the majority of the participants were female. And then we've got some further analysis about the class of women which are going to be attracted to these types of religious organisations, which tend to be more middle class women compared to working class women, who tend to have be attractive to values that are more passive rather than being authentic. Moving on to the second paragraph. So if you look at the size of it, it's very similar to the first paragraph. So you're looking for two equally balanced paragraphs there. And I've highlighted them the same as what I did on the first paragraph. So we start off with the second reason why women are attracted to religious organisations, such as denominations. So we've got a clear wording from the question, and we've identified why they are being attracted to denominations such as neo-Pentecostalism, because they are using it to raise their position within the family or improve their position within society. Then we start to explain it. So we're backing it up with Busco's research of Pentecostalism in Colombia and why this is growing in popularity since the 1970s with women. Okay, which is exactly what the question is asking. We've got a little bit of analysis as well within that explanation, because we're saying, well, despite it being patriarchal, it is still appealing to women despite that. So men are often the head of the household, head of the church, and it often insists of traditional gender division of labour, so the expressive and the instrumental role, like what we've mentioned in the previous paragraph. Now we're linking it to the question. So neo-Pentecostalism has become attractive to women because it promotes, firstly, aesthetic values, but it also challenged the machismo prevalent values in Latin American men. And now we're going back to explaining what that is, and that's why it's in green. So this machismo attitude is the drinking, the gambling, the smoking, the wages, rather than spending it on their family. And this makes it really attractive to women because the Pentecostal church and the pastors pressure the men to change their ways, which will improve the standard of living of the families, because they're going to spend their money on the families rather than on drinking and alcohol and whatever. So again, we just cement that application. We say this is attractive to women because it's improving their social position. We end it with a final piece of analysis. So despite having publications from Pentecostal churches encouraging patriarchy, it also encourages equal relationships within the marriages, which is further improving the social position and the lives of women in Colombia. So what we've had there is two equally balanced paragraphs. Starts off with the point which identifies the reason, they explain what that reason is, and then they apply it to the religious organisations to show why women are attracted to that religious organisation in particular, adding the analysis on at the end. There are further ideas and reasons that you could have talked about. So you have got things like attractiveness of the traditional churches to women. So for example, it is seen as the expressive role. As they grow older, they might turn to traditional church for support, networking within the community, traditional gender roles, so they have the affinity with religious and conservative type values. But also you could link it to why women are attracted to other religious organisations such as sects. So we've got the compensators for deprivation, the organismic, ethical and social. So Bruce is arguing that there is twice as many women involved in sects as there are than men, and you can use that last bullet point to explain it. So you could have expanded that answer in a lot of different ways. So overall, when answering a 10-mark outline and explain, remember to show AO1 knowledge of both parts of the question and show how part A linked or affects part B. Add a further explanation and any analytical points to finish. So as always, thank you for watching. This has been part of the 40-day challenge as promoted by the Sociology Guy. He is doing 40 questions in 40 days. But if you have not been doing it, don't panic. Just get onto his website. You will see the questions and answers that is posted already in the model answer section. But if you found this useful, please click like. Any questions or comments, pop them below, and check out any other videos that I have about structuring 20-mark questions or how to do 10 markers. and so on. There's loads of videos for you to choose from on my channel. Thank you for showing up and watching, and I shall see you again soon. Bye.